Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. And my name is ZOB, your number one partner in maximizing your children's potential. So today the topic before us is 7 resources or activities you can use to engage your babies. Babyhood is one time that many parents really don't know how to navigate. We know how to take care of the babies, we know how to feed, we know how to um, bathe them, massage them. But when it comes to the place of engaging them, especially with things that can help their growth and development, especially mentally, we do not know. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 7 resources and activities you can use to engage your babies. The very first one is you can use balls. Okay, so during the I had an engagement during the weekend, a speaking engagement, and I was asked this question in the breakout session. So someone wanted to know how to engage her baby, and now what happens is that now this baby is 6 months, and she's kind of overwhelmed. I even suspect she might be having a postpartum depression or a postpartum experience. And she's overwhelmed, not even knowing what to do with the baby, because sometimes she just feels that she needs her time. So I told her some of these activities that she can do with the child that she's not much involved in, but the child will be engaged. And like I said, the first one is balls. So you get different colorful balls around the house, because at this stage, especially in this case study, the child is 6 months old. So the child can crawl. So the child is crawling around and gravitating towards these things and trying to pick them, trying to pick this ball. So all you need to do is to make sure that the space is safe. An empty space, if you have. If it's not empty, you need to clear out things that might get that baby injured. Then just litter balls all around the room and let the child begin to crawl and gravitate towards these things. Another thing that you can do while the child is crawling is having objects that dangle. So when the child sees these objects that dangle, you can tie these objects to tables or to burglaries. The child will go there, gravitate towards these things and begin to play with them. Another thing that you can use, I used it for all my children, and it was such a lifesaver. Now that is play gym. Now the play gym is more like a walker, but in the play gym it's statutory. It doesn't move, so the children can stay in there. And what this play gym does, they can even jump in there, like pump it. They can pump inside the play gym. So it's so much fun for them. It has different things. They can squeak, they can press, they can roll, different things. And this is marvelous for fine motor development. All right. Another wonderful thing that you can do that's also equally good for fine motor development is squeaky toys. So you can give squeaky toys to your children. The way I like to do squeaky toys is either I litter it around my room. When they are crawling, they begin to pick them and squeak them, or I do it during bath time. So during bath time, I have things like squeaky toys in there, like ducks, boats, and they can just begin to squeak them. Now also, what these toys do, they also float. So at this time, it also helps language development. I begin to tell my children, oh, this is for floating, this is for these things sink and these things float. Just an added aspect, okay, for language development. Now, when my children are 6 months, I like to start water play with them. So I just sit them in the bathtub, and after their bedtime, I just put in these toys in patting the water, splashing and squeaking the toys. So I've mentioned 5 things so far. Let's go. The first one is balls. The second one is dangling objects. The third one is a play gym. The fourth one is squeaky toys. The fifth one is water play. Another wonderful thing I do is stacking toys. So you have stacking toys as blocks, you have them as cups. Okay, so I normally use the cups. So I also have blocks, right? But I use the blocks for older children, maybe children who are 1 upwards. But for the cups, I use it for my little children, so they just try to begin to stack them. Maybe when your child is about maybe 11 months, 10, 11 months, or 1. Okay, the child can begin to stack those toys. All right, so they begin to stack these cups. So especially I normally use them in the kitchen. So when I'm working in the kitchen, I just put him on the counter and they begin to stack. Now your eyes must be on that child. You can also put him in a chair in the kitchen. It doesn't have to be on the counter, but most of my counter is quite in and it's quite secure, and that's why I use the kitchen counter. The seventh thing will need your involvement though is reading. I just had to put it in there. You have to read to your children because it's wonderful for language development, okay, and also mental development. So it's important that you read to the children. Begin to read the children board books. Sometimes I put water books in water play so the children also can get conversant with books as being things for fun. Okay, so till I come to you next time, I remain your number 1 partner in maximizing your children's potentials, ZOB. And before I forget, have you registered for creating an empowering learning environment at home? You need that course. Honestly, that course will begin to open your mind and teach you amazing ways that you can assist your child to become the better version of themselves. So see ya. Bye.